English because Isa, she speaks French and English, and I can't speak French. Sorry for that, Isa.
Sorry, I don't speak German.
Yes, no, but it's okay. Welcome you all, welcome you especially. I think 3 years ago we were thinking about an exhibition, and to be honest, cancer stopped this project. But Isa, she had a lot of power and a lot of energy, so the exhibition is now, and I am really very, very happy to have your work here in my gallery. And for Isa, it is the first show in German. For me, it's the first time to have the ferrotype on the wall. As you know, I like the analog techniques, and this is a very special way. She makes prints from collodion wet plates. She makes ferrotypes, all the different techniques from the beginning 19th centuries or from the middle of the 19th centuries. But the adventures and the secrets of the darkroom, I think it's better if Isa will tell you something about that. And so maybe you will tell us a little bit about your work.
Yes.
Yes. Is it okay for everybody to understand? Yes, that's okay.
I try to do my best. So, as Johanna said, I'm really attracted by old processes, and especially collodion, wet plates. When I discovered this, it was through Saliman. Maybe most of you know her.
Yes.
Saliman is using that process, and I found it so magical that I had to learn the process, and it was very easy at that time. All the informations were on the internet, so I began to learn, to gather everything necessary to make it. And it's in fact you have to be a chemical to do it, because you do all the
steps by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Collodion was one of the first process in the photography history. It was invented in 1850, more or less.
Like that, yeah.
Both in France and in the States. They just fight for who is the first to invent this thing. But I think they were just coming up at the same time in both countries.
Frederick Scott Archer.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
In the States, and just right now I can't remember the French photographer. I'm sorry, but it happens. So it was one of the process with the finest grain in it. But there is a difficulty. It's that you have absolutely to have your darkroom beside, because once you start to make a plate, you have to do all the process before it dries. Otherwise, the image is not is bad. So you always need a darkroom beside. And for example, in the States, they were crossing all the country with big wagon and horses to make portraits in the Wild West. And so this process didn't last too long because of that difficulty. Then it appears the gelatin film, and so this process was totally forgotten. Nowadays, a lot of photographers are turning toward again, because it's so lovely. I love it, so I cannot say anything else.
And I think it's much nicer than to do only the digital work. And even for your poetic photography, I think it's very nice to have these old techniques.
Yes,
and to keep them alive.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And you have different cameras, so sometimes she works with a pinhole camera. So you see one in the first room.
Yeah.
And it was made as a palladium print.
Yes, I did
So
palladium.
she makes also the paper by herself. I think you have a cotton paper or something like that. You have a cotton paper, and then she makes the palladium on top. And
with the sensitive liquid emulsion on the paper. And,
yes. And
it's
always a contact.
Yes. Ultraviolet.
Yes. Okay.
That make the image appear. Just to talk about the collodion process.
Yeah.
This is the unique piece I have. It's a positive, in fact. I start with a metal plate, a tin type, and it's all black on the background. And I pour the collodion with there is salt in the collodion, and to make it sensible. So I pour the collodion, then I put it in the silver bath, so then it gets sensitive.
Yeah.
Then under the red light, I put it in my plate holder. I work with a large format camera. This is 4.5 inch, but it's called 4.5 inch. And I take the photo, and then I go back to the dark room. Process it, revelation, and then fixer, and then here it is. So it's just like a Polaroid.
Yeah, it's a unique piece.
A unique
You don't
piece.
have
And when you start a session, for example, you start the first one, and then you can adjust for the other. Oh yes, also it's a process which is orthochromatic. It means it doesn't read the red light. So, for example, if you have a red jacket, it will appear black on the image, and this is very funny to see the differences between real and what I have on the plate. And I had something in mind, but I just get out. About the process, but something very funny too. You can work with a tin type like that, but you can work on glass also. And it is the only process that gives you, on glass, if you put the glass on a white background, you have that appearance of the positive, but if you take it in the light, it gives you the negative, so you can print from it. And it's the only process doing that. It's very interesting.
So the larger format images are prints from the collodion website.
Yeah, this one was directly printed from the plate.
This one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
yes, it's not sensitive to light, but only UV.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's very long. It can be 30 seconds or more, 40 seconds. That's why in the past they used to have something in the neck to hold, to make portrait there, something in the neck not to move. That's why people were looking very straight like this, because the pose was very, very long. And you cannot measure, in fact you cannot have a light meter when you shoot.
Yes.
So the first plate is you see, and then you have to adjust during the session.
Yeah.
It's very...
So it's really adventure.
Yeah, really. And also it's... sometimes you have some chemical reaction, and it gives you some
over there,
spots. And yes, there is one over there in the picture on the black background. The mark is made from a reaction of the chemical things. Myself, I do love those spots made just by chance. I mean, it's something coming from the outside. Yeah. And I love, because I think it's an open door to dreaming. I mean, it's not reality. It gives something more. That's why I love that.
And I think your work is not reality.
No,
it's poetry and...
I'm a dreamer. It's
yes.
difficult, but I'm a dreamer.
And I think it's very nice sometimes to step into the dreams and to stay there for a while and perhaps with your work. So have a look round if you like, and if you have further questions, please don't hesitate to talk to Isa or to me, and we try, or you try to explain.
No, but
I try to.
Yes, I can
So
answer to whatever.
yes, so
of course. I let
enjoy
you see the...
the prints.
Yeah.
Nobody's there. Yes.